Hello, everybody. This is Fernando for the latest Godzilla podcast. Well, this is it. Awesome, incredible bit of news finally officially released and confirmed by none other than Legendary Pictures themselves. And it has to do with all the news leading up to this related to the upcoming Godzilla versus King Kong film. For the past couple of weeks, there have been kind of like brief bits of news behind the scenes, mostly stuff stating what's being done to try to work and build this movie together. And today, finally, we have it announced. Legendary Pictures themselves. I've included the link below so that way you can get as official as possible. But they have confirmed that they have a whole mixed universe now in place, showcasing both Godzilla, the universe involved there, and King Kong, the universe involved there, and how they're pretty much both now the same. This is awesome stuff. They are absolutely mimicking the absolute success that the comic book universes have had. Obviously, with what's going on with Marvel and the movies that are all tied to the same thing. Same thing with DC World and how Superman, the Man of Steel movie kind of paved the way for a whole new universe of characters to interact in and be released in separate films. Same concept, except now it's official. We have it involving King Kong and then Godzilla. So here's how it's going to go. And I'm going to read straight from the Legendary website that showcases this information. It says, following Legendary and Warner Bros. Pictures' 2014 success with the global reinvention of the Godzilla franchise, the companies have come together to create an epic, new, shared, cinematic franchise. That's key. That's the entire thing that movies are doing nowadays, which is so smart because each movie individually works on their own. And then finally, when it's shared with all the rest of the movies it's tied in, it just makes it that much more interesting. It keeps you wanting to stay along. So, and then the rest of it goes, all powerful monsters become towering heroes for a new generation, revealing a mythology that brings together Godzilla and Legendary's King Kong in an ecosystem of other giant super species, both classic and new. Monarch, the human organization that uncovered Godzilla in the 2014 film, will expand their mission across multiple releases. So much like Nick Fury was the catalyst or the main link between most, if not all, of the Marvel Universe pictures, here it's going to be Monarch. They're going to be the link, the organization, and probably the people themselves that we're going to see scattered throughout these upcoming films. Here they are, by the way. The announcement that the reinvention of monsters continues was made today by Legendary CEO Thomas Tull and then Kevin Tsujihara, Chairman and CEO of Warner Brothers. The initial trio of films are 2017's Kong, Skull Island, Godzilla 2 in 2018, and then, this is the big one, Godzilla vs. Kong, arriving in theaters in 2020. While Legendary maintains its new home at Universal Pictures, the Godzilla films remain in partnership with Warner Brothers, who will now also distribute Kong as a part of this franchise. Production on Kong Skull Island begins October 19th. So how awesome is that? We're going to have 4 films in total that'll feature Godzilla characters and King Kong characters, although it looks like they're calling, in this case King Kong, they're calling him Kong. They're no longer referencing the King part. But we're going to have 4 films in total throughout the next coming years. And what's so awesome is that the original Godzilla film, the one that we just saw back in 2014, that seems to be the catalyst of all things. Much like I was mentioning a couple of minutes ago with the Man of Steel movie, how it was just initially just a Superman movie by itself, but it's a spark that leads to Suicide Squad, that leads to the Justice League film, that leads to the upcoming, I think there's like a trio of Batman films, and then of course Wonder Woman, and then finally more Superman films. All of that started with the universe that this Man of Steel film has. In this case, the Godzilla 2014 is the catalyst. So how awesome is that? Great news. If you would have told me a year ago or asked me that there's going to be a King Kong essentially in the Godzilla world and it's going to be released as a versus film sometime in the future, I would have called you crazy. No, it's simply impossible because so many factors that would have to come into play. Well, everything has been moved, and all of that was needed in terms of the pieces falling into place, they are done. So this is so awesome. One thing noticeably missing, no news as far as Pacific Rim, because now we have King Kong for 2017, we have Godzilla 2 in 2018, and then we have Godzilla vs. Kong in 2020. The only spot that it seems like Pacific Rim could fit in is 2019, and that's a long ways away from now. 4 years. And if you separate when the first Pacific Rim film came out, that's more than half a decade. That is a long time in the world of sequels and in the world of franchises and the world of universe building. So I don't think Pacific Rim still has a chance. But if it does, however small, it could fit into that 2019 part right there. Otherwise, great news, everyone. This is so awesome. I'm looking forward to the Kong Skull Island film in 2017 now, because I know that we're going to get a whole bunch of Godzilla references in there, of course, with Monarch being the first one, and then probably, who knows, some of the other mini monsters. Maybe we might even see like references to the Mutos, since they're not Toho related, they were Legendary related. We might see some of them scattered within it. It's such a shame, though, that Michael Keaton, who was originally in the Kong film and was due to come out as a cast member, Michael Keaton, the Batman, in other words, dropped out due to, I guess, scheduling conflicts. So, but still, it would have been so awesome to have him. Who knows, he may have even been dropping by a future Godzilla film. Can you imagine that, Michael Keaton in a future Godzilla film? How awesome would that be? So, but it's sad that he wasn't able to stay along. So, otherwise, great news. I hope you're excited as I am. I'm looking forward to more information. I'll probably start reporting on the Kong Skull Island film, at least for the references of Godzilla in the future. So just be on the lookout for that. So, all right, everybody. Thanks again as always. Take care. Bye.